Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. I'm going to be doing the astrology forecast for each sign for the month of May. So what this is, if you look at the month energy report that I did for the full general reading, then what you're going to do is take a look at 9 of these cards. So we're looking at your sun sign, followed by your rising sign, followed by your moon sign. So those 9 cards are going to give you a more intimate understanding of what your month is going to be like and what challenges and what opportunities that you're going to have for your spiritual growth this month. Let's say you're a triple Scorpio. You're only going to read Scorpio. That's it. So if you're a double sign, same thing. You only read 6 cards, or if you have all 3 different signs, you're going to read 9, okay? I want to invite you to something. It's free, okay? It's May 11th, totally free. It's how to use Oracle cards in 3 simple steps. It's a fabulous free online masterclass to discover how to read Oracle cards and how to trust your intuition. Very, very good. You're going to learn the magic of Oracle cards and how to use them. This is actually great also for people who already know how to use them. So you might pick up tips, etc. It's always good to hear it again, and especially great, obviously, for beginners. What do you need to know when you pull a card, and how do you trust the messages? Ways to interpret the cards with your intuition. Go to ColetteBaron-Reid.com/discover to learn more about this free masterclass that I'm giving you as a gift. Okay, here we go. Now, let's take a look at Aries. So Aries is the first card in the hand. Universe is your partner. Oh, this is excellent. So Aries, teachability for Aries, you've got the hollow bone, card number 28. 31 is in the hand. 44 is perfect storm, if you want to look them up. And if you have the deck, if you don't have the deck, I suggest you get it. I think it's one of the best decks to do readings with. It's the one that I've been using a lot lately, especially my membership site. So we have understanding the universe is your partner, and that's really important for Aries. So this is both prescriptive and predictive. Every time I do a reading, it's both prescriptive and predictive. So if you remember that you are not doing this all by your lonesome, you're not letting your ego run the show this month, Aries. You're remembering your partnership with spirit. The actual entire month general reading also talked about this. Being teachable, being humble. I don't know. I'm going to learn. Any kind of course you take this month, anything that you're studying, it's going to be fabulous because it's going to help you with the courage to step into your life, which is all about the perfect storm. So this is really about not being afraid to step in to do the things that you want to do. It's also about profession, the things that are tangible for everybody this month, by the way, too. So it's a focus on tangibility, tangible things. And for Aries particularly, if you're working with money in any way, if you're working with growing your business, if you are starting something new, this is a really good month to remember to trust your intuition beyond and above your intellect. Do not gamble. Trust your gut. All right, really go in and don't look at, like necessarily the spreadsheets that say, oh, I know what this is, because it's going to change on you. There might be something hidden that goes like this. So trust your gut 100% this month, Aries. Okay. Now, let's take a look at Taurus. And how is Taurus going to manage the month of May? And May is, of course, a Taurian month. So it is your month. And let's see what's going on. Taurus has to be careful not to fall asleep at the wheel. Fortune's wheel. Okay, so this is good. So you've got some really nice cards flanking the potential of spiritual narcolepsy. For those of you who don't know what that means, I talked about that in my book. What was my book called? What was my last book? Uncharted. There you go. I'm telling you, this is what happens. I mean, this is, I'm telling you, I think COVID destroyed my brain a little bit. Anyhow, so spiritual narcolepsy is when we're doing really well, we're spiritually on target, but all of a sudden we fall asleep at the wheel and our ego takes over and we think we have to do everything. It's also about addiction. All right, so you have to be very careful. And I also talked about escapism in the general reading for the month, about being very careful. And I do think that's that, big focus on Neptune and Jupiter. It's possible for us to go, la, 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 oh, it feels better over there. We have to be careful of that, okay? So especially Tauruses. And this is for I'm getting a real download that it's also about food and managing what, like not to overindulge. I think that's it. But you have excellent cards flanking this. So you've got Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. So even if it does happen, you're going to get yourself back on track quite quickly. And Heart Home, the focus this month for you is on self-compassion and compassion for other people. So this is a kind of a nice, juicy month for friendships, for all your relationships, and also because Fortune's Wheel is here, represents, and I always like to use the term, and I coined it, a couple of years ago, compassionate prosperity, where we're very focused on knowing that what we do, how it impacts other people. So that's going to be very advantageous for the Taurus personality this month. Okay, now let's take a look at Gemini. And for those of you who want to know more about the astrology for the month, again, I'll just tell you who I watch. I watch Colin Bedell, Queer Cosmos, and I also watch Pam Gregory on YouTube. So those are my two go-to people. Anne Ortley, Anne C. Ortley also. As of late, that's who I've been, learning from, etc. It's very, very good. And I've seen some very accurate stuff come up there. And I like the blend also. Jennifer Freed, who writes for Goop. She combines astrology and psychology. She's fabulous, as is Deborah Silverman. So as you can tell, I am an astrology nut. Oh, and don't forget, Cosmic Health, Jennifer Rassiopi. That is a book. If you don't have it, you should run and get it. Okay, so Gemini. You, Gemini people, are going to learn from a lot of your mistakes. So be very careful what you talk about this month, because you might actually hear yourself talk about something that you haven't worked through. So it's really important to be mindful and to trust that if you are being slowed down this month, it's for a purpose that is important. So you have the Wall card, which is about obstacles, Will-o'-the-Wisp, which is treasures hidden in the shadows, and Unmarked Trail, which is revelation. So the good news for the Gemini personality is anything that goes wrong for you this month comes with a gift. So, but you can avoid being, if you avoid being flighty, if you avoid talking too much off the cuff, being mindful of your words is going to be really important. But you will also have some epiphanies this month, Gemini, that are going to be very important for your next steps out into the world and how you serve. So you can't really go wrong, but still be mindful, because who wants to learn from mistakes? I mean, we can avoid it, all right? That's kind of, especially if we've learned them already. That was the other thing here, that you might not want to repeat the same mistake. Okay, so now we're looking at Cancer. So,
remind them about.
Oh yeah, we have construction going on outside, so you're going to be hearing all kinds of noises. This is my home. We're here in my home studio, and it is a noisy. Cancers, protecting the future. Okay, good time to be conservative with your money, Cancerians. Conserve, conserve, conserve. Pay off your debts, for example. Protect your future by not making any risky moves. That's very smart for Cancerians this month. Mark, did you hear that? Okay. A tidy house, clarity and organization. Declutter your home. And I know I'm going to be doing that. It's kind of like the second version of spring cleaning. And surrendering to what is in front of you. That's really going to be really important. You can't control a lot of what's going on in front of you this month, Cancer. Your concept of certainty will be challenged if you hold on too tightly to what you think certainty needs to look like. It's not going to come from the outer world, and it may not come from your comfort zone at all. So remember, we talked also, if you've watched the monthly video, if you haven't, you should watch it, because it does talk about avoiding addictive tendencies, avoiding the escapism. And in this case, for the Cancerian, avoid clinging too tightly to what you think should be going on. Trust the way things are. Surrender to what is. This is also about radical acceptance. So that's important. Just accept what's in front of you and do what you can, right? Okay. Let's take a look at Leo next. Sky Dancer is also surrender. Herald of Change and connectivity. This is great. So you are meeting people. And a lot of changes you need to surrender to in your groups, communities, You might meet new friends. This is a great month to network for you, and also to not focus on yourself. So it's not about the attention for you as much as it's learning about others. So that's, Leos are very shiny. So this is about you being shiny on behalf of other people. And that really is going to be very useful for you, and it's going to be very good for your relationships this month. Also, some changes in your business, like you might partner. This like strategic alliances are really good for you, Leo, this month also. So if you're doing affiliate things, if you're doing, stuff with friends, if you're getting a new partner, if you're, those kind of things are pretty cool for you this month. Okay, now let's look at Virgo. And that's if you have a sun in Virgo, moon in Virgo, or ascendant in Virgo. That's my Virgo is looking at the disowned self and the authentic self. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've never seen these two cards together, ever. In a reading, this is the first time. Isn't that cool? So we're looking at this disowned self first. So Virgo, be very careful on self-criticism and being too critical of other people this month, okay? Be careful, because your perfectionism is not your friend this month. Mark, your moon is in Virgo. So there's consequences to being too self-critical and too perfectionistic, and they aren't the best ones, right? So you have, there's a Feast of Plenty card here that talks about choices and their consequences. You have to know that there's a consequence if you're too restrictive of other people, for example, or you're not really taking people at face value, you want something more and they can't give it to you, and sometimes you have higher standards than people are able to meet. So this is going to be really important because it comes from a sense of you're not enough. That's so for the Virgo personality, we want you to focus on being enough. I am enough, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. Then that's your authentic self, right? So you get a chance to be more authentic when you don't get into all the perfectionism stuff. Surrender to what is and then go like, oh, I can do this. I can just try. I can be present. I can take all the masks off and all the shoulda, woulda, couldas and just be present to my creativity, to my talent, to my presence in the world, and you're going to do just fine. So that is going to be important for Virgos. Okay, now we have Libra, and Libra loves beauty and harmony and sometimes people pleasing. The only reason I say that is because I have a Libra rising. For Libra, okay, here we go. Got two cards, Lost Compass, getting back to integrity, Bold Step Forward, oopsie, and Skywriting. I actually chose a fourth card anyway. I'm going to throw that away because it came out of my hand. So for Libra is all about integrity. So it's about not being a people pleaser this month, like not being afraid to say what's true. You should be allergic to virtue signaling this month of May, Libra. That means Libra sun, Libra rising, and Libra moon. Very important to say the truth about what you really feel. Don't BS anybody and don't try to get out of something because you just want to make it all better. That's not going to work for you. Bold step forward and speak your mind. And it's in the service of your destiny. Skywriting card is all about the fates. Something is going to be presented to you to really get a chance to be as authentic as you can. And it's a beautiful opportunity. And you're going to move out of stagnation. If you're feeling stagnant at all, your creativity is going to be on high alert. Yay. So if you are involved in the creative arts at all, Libra, go for it. That's a way for you to express yourself fully and being fully authentic in that expression, and take that bold step forward and complete something that you know you've always wanted to do. So that is Libra. Now we're going to look at Scorpio. Okay, again, authenticity. Scorpio, disowned self on the other side, and winter's dream gestation period. I've never found any of my Scorpio friends. I find that they are deep. Every single person I know that's a Scorpio are deep, really deep humans, and they like depth, and authenticity is what makes them happiest, truthfully. So for the Scorpio personality this month, you're going to choose authenticity over your wound. Now, your wound may make you point at other people, or notice how other people are misbehaving. It's not for you to make the judgment, it's for you to avoid them, is basically what this is all about. And recognizing that some things that you have planned are going to take longer than you want, and that's fine. So the gestation period, Winter's Dream card. I love the art on this deck. Jenna did such a beautiful job. I've worked with one artist for 14 decks, and we both moved on to do other things and coming back again later. It's been really cool. This is a beautiful, beautiful card. So Winter's Dream, gestation period, it's all about self-care too. So Scorpios, remember your self-care. Remember. Okay, let's keep going. All righty. Isn't it beautiful, Mark? It is beautiful. I think it's awesome. Awesome sauce. I've been really lucky too. I am a very fortunate person. I have worked with somebody who began as just somebody I hired and became one of my best friends, and now is spreading her wings, and I'm doing other things too. And it's a wonderful, wonderful gift. So my Oracle cards have been more than just products I've made. They've been the source of deep friendship and love and care and beauty, and just been part of my own growth too. It's just been awesome. Awesome. Okay, and you guys get the benefit of all of that. Okay, so now we have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is all about community. You are having some fun in May. Radical acceptance of your beloved, not trying to change anybody. Compassion and radical acceptance flank you in your power of community. So as long as you bring compassion and no judgment to your friendships, to your community, etc., you're going to have so much fun. Like, honestly, it's a really beneficial month for Sag. And if you're friends with Sagittarians, it's a good month for you to reach out to them as well, too, with your compassion for them. The Sag needs their friends this month, particularly. It's a beautiful time for relationships for Sagittarius. Is also service. If you're, in a business where you are serving the public and you're creating opportunities for other people, it's also very good. Very nice. And great for healers as well. All right. We have Capricorn now. Oh, also power of community. That's great. Power of community, getting back to integrity, and wandering between realms. So for Capricorn, it's about where do I belong? What does my community really mean to me? And how grounded I am in this. This is the question, right? So the integrity of who you are now is that you've changed from where you were, right? So, but this reminds you that you have to be very careful not to wander to what you have unresolved in the past, and really asking you to let this go. Because now as you move forward into the future, you really cannot afford to keep telling the old stories. So wandering between realms for you is actually going to prevent you from moving forward really well, right? So just hands off, head down, focus on you, your own personal integrity, because that's all you really have. Alrighty, that's it. And I do think that the repairing the veil from the monthly reading means a lot to you as well, too, about forgiveness, etc. Now let's go for Aquarius. We have Aquarius and Pisces left. Repairing the veil. Interesting. I just talked about that. Diving in and balancing act. So this is really also about knowing what is yours to work through and what is somebody else's. So this is about taking your own inventory. So repairing the veil is the card for Aquarians this month. Forgiveness of the past. So you being forgiving of the past, but you also being forgiving of yourself, really important. And diving into the why of how you got into whatever situation that you were in, and taking steps to free and liberate yourself from the story of your burden. Very important, because the only way that you can step into that resilient life is to recognize that not everything is yours to handle, and you only have what you have, but with the information that you have on any given day. So it's important for you to just allow yourself to be present to whatever is coming up for you, and not thinking that you're going to be there forever, and making forgiveness a commitment for the month of May for you, if you have anything, right? And especially if you've no issues with any other people, it's really about yourself. All right, now we are going to talk about Pisces. Pisces, the mystical sign. Pisces. Yeah, meditation. That was what was required of us in the 15 card reading. So, okay, so meditation, stillness, very important. However, you got to be careful you're not in the Neptunian concept of addiction and escapism and la, 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 because the spiritual narcolepsy card is there. So basically don't meditate for 3 hours. You can meditate for an hour. That's it. You know, that's just a metaphor from what I'm talking about. So just make sure that you are not trying to escape, and also don't isolate. This is the other thing. Meditation, stillness, besides spiritual narcolepsy, I don't know. Many masks, the authentic self. That's your job this month, is to dig deep to discover what is true for you. I think, you know, that's a really good thing for all of us to be doing, because things are changing so much around us. Like, what do we really think? What do we really feel? Can we think for ourselves? That's the other thing. Very, very important. Think for yourself. Make your own mind up. What's true for you? You know, it's just important here too that you just don't follow along, Pisces. It's important to make your own decisions this month. All right, everybody. Don't forget, May 11th, my free workshop, my masterclass on Oracle cards. Go to ColetteBaron-Reid.com/discover to learn more. May 11th, mark it down. It's free. 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 All yours. Gift from me to you. Take care. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment because we love reading your comments, and like my video and share it with your friends. And I'll see you next time. Take care.